Get back to assess her new brand as ever. She's previously hinted she might never restock her jam because the first batch sold out within 45 minutes. Now, the first batch was, 60 jars? But stepping back from a brand that you've only just launched suggests to me it's not been as successful as someone might have hoped. Let's talk to royal biographer of her husband, Prince Harry, Angela Levin. A very, very good...
So, apparently, making jam is harder than escaping the British royal family. Who knew? We've all had that moment where we bite into something and immediately regret every life decision that led us to that point. But when it's Gordon Ramsay, the man who once called someone an idiot sandwich, taking a bite of your homemade jam and literally spitting it out like it personally offended his ancestors, that's not just food criticism, that's a public execution broadcast to the entire world. And the victim? Meghan Markle's billion-dollar lifestyle dreams served up on a silver platter of pure embarrassment.
Success that she's already having to step back a bit. The reality is, this has been an absolute joke of a brand, hasn't it?
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. I was told by somebody they were only putting out 10 jars. So, of course, it would all go because I think she sold them to her friends.
So, there's Gordon, right? The man who can make grown chefs cry just by looking at their souffle. He's sitting in this upscale LA restaurant, probably costs more per meal than most people's rent, and someone decides to serve him Meghan Markle's raspberry jam. Now, you have to understand something about Gordon Ramsay. This man has eaten everything from snake to sheep's brain, and he's never backed down from a culinary challenge. But Meghan's jam? That was the hill he chose to die on, and boy, did he make it dramatic. The moment the jam touched his tongue, his face went through more expressions than a TikTok dancer trying to go viral. First confusion, then disgust, then pure unadulterated rage. And you know what he did next? He didn't just politely spit it into a napkin like your grandmother taught you. Oh no, this man made it a performance.
Thought she sent it to them, they had no choice.
Yeah. Well, whatever way it was. So it's been a disaster. And one of the disasters was the packing, which she spent day after day, so she said, poor thing, packing it up the right way in the right colour. And it's cost an absolute fortune. So the whole thing has been a disaster.
This isn't food. It's a crime against fruit, he bellowed. Crime against fruit. Can you even process that level of disrespect? Somewhere in California, a raspberry plant probably felt personally attacked. But wait, it gets better or worse, depending on whose side you're on. The entire restaurant went dead silent. You know that awkward silence when someone's phone goes off during a movie? Multiply that by 1,000 and add Gordon Ramsay's Scottish accent echoing through the dining room like a battle cry. People stopped mid-chew. Waiters froze with plates in their hands. Even the kitchen probably heard it and started questioning their life choices. But here's where it gets absolutely bonkers. Gordon didn't stop there. Oh no, this man was just getting warmed up. He pushed the plate away like it was radioactive waste and declared it unfit for a dog's breakfast. Unfit for a dog's breakfast. Dogs literally eat garbage and their own poop, Gordon. What does that say about the jam?
That's been a spectacular success, hasn't it? And I know there are quite a lot, I certainly did, but they did a lot of very nice tarts that were sold at my local supermarket. They're absolutely top notch. But there was some talk that she apparently was the view that, I mean, she's got some podcast that's already finished where it's sort of like women found. I mean, I don't bother learning the names of these things because they never last that long. But
now, let's talk about Meghan for a second. This woman went from Hollywood actress to British royalty to jam maker. That's quite the career trajectory, isn't it? From suits to suits of armor because she's getting roasted left, right, and center. She probably thought, hey, I conquered Hollywood, I survived the British tabloids, how hard can making jam be? Turns out, very hard when Gordon Ramsay is your taste tester. The funniest part, this jam was supposed to be her big comeback moment. Her American Riviera Orchard brand, which sounds like a rejected Disney movie title, by the way, was going to show the world that she's not just a former royal, she's a lifestyle guru. Organic, farm to table, handcrafted with love, and probably some very expensive marketing consultants.
To share it or buy part of it because I didn't think it was any good. So that's why they're not doing it.
They didn't want to be associated with the brand. She said, but didn't she reckon that she, apparently friends are saying, she expected to, wants to become a billionaire. She wants to make serious money and, and be this successful entrepreneur. But
Gordon took one bite and basically said, nah, fam, this ain't it. And when Gordon Ramsay says your food tastes like chemicals mixed with cough syrup, you've messed up on a molecular level. This man has probably tasted actual cough syrup that was more appetizing. The best part about this whole situation, eyewitnesses said other diners started pushing their plates away after hearing Gordon's review. Can you imagine? One man's opinion was so powerful that it basically created a domino effect of rejection. People who were happily munching on their scones suddenly looked at their jam like it might bite them back. And then someone had the audacity to ask if their dish could be replaced in a fancy restaurant. That's restaurant code for, we don't trust anything you're serving us anymore. The secondhand embarrassment is so strong, we can feel it through the screen.
Absolutely appalling. And it was about 2 sentences on each page. Let me read you the next thing.
Okay.
However, she might really move on and explore the category of fashion on a later date.
God.
I think it is an interesting place for me.
Now, here's where the internet comes in, because of course it does. Within hours, clips of Gordon's jam tirade were everywhere. 2 million views, 2 million. People were watching Gordon Ramsay destroy Meghan's jam like it was the season finale of their favorite show. The memes started flying faster than Gordon's insults. Number Jamgate was trending. Jamgate! We've officially reached the point where jam can cause a political scandal. What a time to be alive. People were tweeting things like, Gordon Ramsay just did what we've all wanted to do, and finally someone with real taste is speaking the truth. But wait, there's more. Apparently, this jam drama didn't stay in the restaurant. Oh no, it traveled all the way to Buckingham Palace. Palace insiders were reportedly chuckling about it. Chuckling! The royal family found Meghan's jam disaster so amusing that they were probably serving it as entertainment with their afternoon tea.
I don't know what to call myself. I think it speaks to this chapter many of us find ourselves in, where none of us are one note, but I believe the notes I'm playing are part of the same song. I mean,
Oh my God, this is genuine. She actually sold candles scented like her vagina. For God's sake, the woman has made fortune. Not that she needed to, she is a multimillionaire, but she's made an absolute fortune doing this lifestyle brand and everything. And obviously Meghan thought she could do that.
Yeah, but you...
One insider said, and we quote, they think it's karma. Karma! Even the universe is apparently taking sides in the great jam debate of 2024. Somewhere, the ghost of every British grandmother who's ever made proper jam is probably nodding in approval. But here's the kicker. Meghan's team tried to do damage control. They contacted the restaurant within minutes, demanding the jam be removed from the menu and that no public statements be made. Minutes? That's a faster response time than most emergency services. They were probably on speed dial. Code red, Gordon Ramsay has opinions about our fruit spread. The restaurant, being smart business people, quietly pulled the product and basically ghosted the partnership. That's business speak for, we're never speaking again, please lose our number.
Behind, or in a beekeeper's suit and things like that. And she clearly wants privacy for her family, obviously, unless she doesn't want privacy for her family when she wants to make money. That hasn't gone down very well.
Meghan's team then tried to blame improper storage. Improper storage! Oh, it's not that our jam tastes like regret mixed with disappointment. It's just that the fridge was too cold. Come on now. Gordon Ramsay has eaten food that's been stored in conditions that would make a health inspector faint, and he's never reacted this strongly. One food critic tweeted, "You can't blame refrigeration for bad taste, and honestly, that should be printed on t-shirts." That's not just about jam anymore. That's life advice right there. But the real tea, or should we say jam, this is what it says about celebrity branding. Meghan thought she could slap her name on anything and people would buy it because of the royal connection. Well, Gordon Ramsay just proved that taste buds don't care about your title. This woman has tried everything: acting, royalty, podcasting, Netflix deals, and now jam making. Each venture has been more spectacular than the last, but not in a good way. She's like the ultimate example of jack of all trades, master of none. Except in this case, it's more like duchess of all trades, disaster of them all. The funniest part? She apparently expected to become a billionaire from this lifestyle brand. A billionaire from jam. Even if every person in America bought a jar, the math just doesn't add up. But hey, dream big, right? Gordon Ramsay, being the absolute legend that he is, was asked if he regretted his words. His response? Absolutely not. I'd rather eat out of a bin than touch that jam again. Eat out of a bin. This man would literally prefer dumpster diving to trying Meghan's jam again. That's not just an insult. That's a public service announcement. He went on to say that celebrity food needs to meet real standards, not just be wrapped in royal fantasy. Royal fantasy? He basically called out the entire celebrity food industry in one sentence. Someone give this man a medal for public service. The aftermath has been brutal. Stockists are reconsidering carrying the brand, food partnerships are probably running for the hills, and that cookbook deal? Well, let's just say publishers are probably having second thoughts about betting on someone whose jam got roasted harder than a Sunday dinner. Meghan banked everything on this product opening doors, and instead, Gordon Ramsay slammed them shut with the force of a hurricane. She went from American Riviera orchard to American Riviera disaster in one bite. The moral of this story? In a world where everyone's trying to be an influencer, a lifestyle guru, or a brand, sometimes you need someone like Gordon Ramsay to remind us that quality still matters. You can have all the fancy packaging, all the buzzwords, all the royal connections in the world, but if your product tastes like chemicals mixed with cough syrup, the internet will find out, and Gordon Ramsay will make sure everyone knows about it. So, the next time you're thinking about launching a food product, remember Meghan's jam. Remember that somewhere out there is a Gordon Ramsay waiting to tell the world exactly what he thinks of your creation. And trust us, you don't want to be on the receiving end of that Scottish fury. Because at the end of the day, Meghan Markle learned the hard way that you can't fake flavor, you can't market your way out of bad taste, and you definitely can't survive Gordon Ramsay's honest opinion. Her jam might be gone, but the memes, those are forever. And that, folks, is how you go from royal jelly to epic jelly fail in just one bite. Gordon Ramsay, 1. Celebrity jam, 0. Game, set, and absolutely demolished. What do you think? Should celebrities stick to what they know? Or should they keep trying new things, even if it means getting absolutely destroyed by professional chefs on social media? Let us know in the comments because honestly, we need more entertainment like this in our lives.